Hi, good evening everyone, wherever you are around the world, whether you're in London or whether you're in New York. Hi, this is Melissa Sinclair and I represent Gargamel magazine. It's now called G-Mag, and also Red 5599. Now with this show we're interviewing some guys that did a very nice and interesting dance just a few weeks ago, but I'll let them tell you about that. But we are sponsored by the Maroons restaurant, and that's Maroons as in Nanny, remember Sister Nanny in Jamaica that overthrew the slaves? Or this restaurant's called the Maroons, and it reflects Jamaican culture, African culture and West Indian culture, and it's an excellent magazine. Sorry, it's an excellent restaurant in East London, Limehouse. It's on Commercial Road, so check it out. So as I said, we had a very interesting dance the other day. It was called the Clash of the Titans. And what Battle it was
of the Titans.
Battle of the Titans, excuse me, sir. Okay, Battle of the Titans. And as the name suggests, it was a battle between East and North East London, West London and South London street sounds. And they came together to see who was the best sound in London, because for bragging rights and nothing but bragging rights, the old ego going on, you know, people were saying, well, who's better than who? So they said, okay, let's put it to the test and let's do this clash. Now this happened a few weeks ago, and we're here with a representative from each of those areas. So representing West London is Dodd,
Express 625.
Okay, and we're representing North East London is
Poleto Don from Company Soul Family.
And representing South London,
Galflex.
this is going to be how it's going to go. It's how it's going to go.
Representing Galflex.
Okay, so now what I want to do is just give you an overview of how things went. Well, basically the South London won, and it's by audience participation. So the audience would vote and say who won. But since then, it's been a lot of talk on the street, on radio, in newspapers, on the television, on Sky, everywhere. People are talking about it, saying, "Well, we don't think this one won. We don't think that one won. It should have gone this. It should have gone that." So what we decided to do is to come together and say, "Look, let's talk about it. Let's say, well, what happened?" How did it go down? What could have been done to change it? And let's see where we can go from here. So, what I want to do is one of the promoters, organisers of the event was Dodd, and he's going to tell us how and why the clash actually started.
Well, Battle of the Titans, it wasn't started as a clash originally. It was just
a battle, wasn't it?
It was just a Battle of the Titans. It was just a title, Battle of the Titans, something different for like Joe Public is raving every week to come out to and raving have some fun. But saying that, it took a different turn. Actually, on the first one anyway.
2012
at Silver Spoon down in Wembley. On the night, I don't know, it just took a total different spin to what the concept was. But it was very entertaining, and all the sounds represented. On this one, South London definitely won hands down. I must say, props to Galflex, also Fifth Avenue, but it was a different mix because they had Special Touch alongside New Attraction on one side, and West London was the other side. So we thought next time we put it on, let's make it a bit more interesting. Every area represents their own era, as in South London will be on a South London sound, East London and North London will be on a North London, East London set, and West London will be on a West London sound. So that's how the concept started originally. But before that, I must say, this concept was put together about 12 to 15 years prior to that at Oceans. And it was, I can remember the title of it, it was so long ago. Let me see if I can remember the title of it. Was it Crowning the Street Sounds?
Crowning the
Street Sounds. And that was 12 to 15 years ago. So the concept started from then, but we took the foot off the gas and we thought, let's revamp it, redo it, and that's how it came to this.
Okay, so there you have it. That's how it started. Now, do you feel that the way the clash went is how you expected it to go? I keep calling it a clash, I'm sorry. It's a battle. It's a battle now. Okay.
I'll tell you what, we might well just say clash now, because that's what came down. Say for title reasons, it was Battle of the Titans, but it ended up in Clash of the Titans.
Okay.
Me, as the promoter, or one of the promoters, I should say. I'm not 100% happy to how the concert turned out, because it was really meant to be more entertaining, and it was more meant to be more geared on a soul tip. It turned out to be a more reggae-fied affair on the night. Reason being, because people forgot the word battle and turned it into clash. Clash means you represent, you're going there to destroy it and shine bright. So that's where the concept for me went wrong.
Okay. How do you agree with that, Poleto?
Yeah, I agree with that to the fullness, really. But as you, who was there like yourself, witness, it didn't really go to plan. As we planned to make it like a night where everyone just entertain probably your own crowd or the whole public in the dance, and you get judged from there. Anyway, it got a bit personal. It was kind of getting personal from weeks and months before that. That's why it didn't turn out to plan on
Tell
the
us
day.
about, sorry to cut you, but tell us about a little bit of how what things were going on the street.
That's what I was going to say about, obviously, you're saying that it didn't go to plan. Obviously, there was certain rounds. You had, obviously, the warm-up section, that's where the sounds, just warm-up, play anything. Then, obviously, you had
Gone but for not gotten.
Obviously, the deceased artists. Obviously, everybody played the deceased artist. Then you had the regular
group. Gone for, but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten.
Okay. Yes.
Then obviously you had.
So let me just explain. So you had different rounds, and people played records from different rounds. So different type of round, different type of records.
Right,
Okay. So you had. The first one was
a warm-up section.
A warm-up section, play anything. Okay, anything goes. The second one was
Gone and not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten. Yes.
Any deceased artist.
Any deceased artists from the different areas. Okay. And then
we had the rare groove round where you played 2 rare groove songs.
Okay.
And the last round was tag team. That's when all the sounds from each who's representing each era got together and played as one. So, for example, say if myself, Federal Touch, and Nasty Boys, instead of playing an individual set, if I had a particular tune that I want to play, then Nasty would come in after me, and they could all,
one for one kind of
one for one. Okay, but let me take you back to the beginning of this actually, because what we need to do right now is to explain who the sounds were and who was in the battle. So if you go and tell us who was in the representing West.
Representing West London was Studio Express 625 featuring DOW, also DJ Ali. Representing Nasty Boys was Nasty Rockers, and representing Federal Touch was Robert Ranks alongside DJ Price.
Okay, and for the East,
North and East was New Attraction.
So you had, sorry, 1 second. You had North and East together. There wasn't a North and a right. No. Okay.
New Attraction, G-Shot, and Jazzy D. My Sound Company, Soul Sound, Poleto and Dirty Den.
Okay.
Also Special Touch. Good Grooves was the only one there, and
Nigel
B. Good and Nigel B.
Okay.
Representing South, My Sound, Gal Flex. You had Fifth Avenue and Hyper ESQ.
So who was the names of those? Who was in Gal Flex? Is yourself? Your name is Dixxy.
Dixxy, yes? Simple Simon, and Demas.
Yes.
In Hyper, you got Stevie Night Rider, Marky Mark, and obviously the host.
Bling
and Reggie B. In Fifth Avenue, you got MC Hollywood, Danger, and Sweet Vibes.
Okay.
That's in Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue. Okay. So back to the different sections now. You played in different sections. So who determined how the sections went? Who got when you got together? Was it yourself, Dodd, that said, "Well, we'll play the promoters"?
Well, myself and my fellow promoters got together and we structured it accordingly. So we said, like, the first round was mainly going to be like up front, entertain the crowd in early part. Second part now, that's when we're getting out to the nitty-gritty, which has been Gone and Not Forgotten. That means artists that's passed away, whether it's be soul or reggae.
Okay.
Third round was a rare groove round, where every sound had to play 2 rare grooves. But when we worked out, there's 9 sounds, so 2 rare grooves each. That's like that's ample rare grooves. Right. And the last round was more or less like represent what area you come from, north, east, south, west, whatever it is. All the DJs get together, one for one, and we play a tune. But for some reason, the structure kind of went a bit orientated because it was more reggae-fied.
Reggae-fied. So you're saying that it didn't go according to plan. So tell us what went wrong.
What went wrong? I think because of the media hype behind the rave, and it was representing the era. I think
When you say media, you mean like on the radio?
Facebook, on the radio.
Okay.
And towards the build up towards the weeks before the clash, it was very, very exciting. It was almost like the clash started on Facebook. Because there was other issues that got raised and people was passing comments, and then before you knew it was like 50 comments, 100 comments, 200 comments, 300 comments. Everybody's getting involved from all areas. So it kind of put a lot of pressure on the DJs to perform
at their best.
At their best.
Okay.
When you put DJs of our caliber all in one arena to perform their best, you will get the best out of them.
Right.
And on saying that, to get the best out of all the DJs, they've got to spend their money to cut exclusive music. Well, in our trade we call it dub plates. So if you're someone watching this on YouTube, a dub plate means the record's personalised to your sound system. So for example, on my Sound Studio Express, I might get, say, Beanie Man to do something exclusive just for Studio Express and call him my name in his record. So it makes it more authentic. So I think on that point, I think everybody wants to shine as bright as possible. So that means the more hype to it, the more they want to shine bright, the more they want to represent the area. So the more they really want to show that, listen, I come from South London, I come from East London, I come from North London, I come from West London. These are the records I've got in my record box, and this is what I'm going to show you what I'm about. So, because the reggae artists are a bit more accessible than the soul artists, it's a lot easier for the DJs to get in contact with a reggae artist and say, look, I want this done, rather than the soul artist, because soul is a total different concept. So it'd be hard for me to say, for example, to Rihanna, for example, I want you to make me an exclusive record saying I'm gonna destroy the sound over there. It wouldn't fit into our agenda. So that's how I think it went wrong. But at the same time, I can see why it went on that road.
But if you're saying that it's about playing to the best of your ability and play what you normally play, do you normally play dub plates at a dance?
Sometimes. We wouldn't play as much dub plates as what was playing on the 29th of March. Definitely not. But everybody's got
their signature.
Everybody's got their signature tunes in their collection, what they can play, just to make you sound a little bit more exclusive and different from the rest of it. Because it'd be nice, for example, say if you got a well-known record like, say, Drake or something, and you happen to play Drake recording your sound's name and your DJ name in it. It makes Joe Public say, wow, how did you get that? Because it's exclusive.
Right.
So it makes your sound totally different. So it makes people who's raving think, wow, how did they get that? And it builds an interest around your sound.
But I was there and I thought that there was a lot of reggae dub plates and a bit over the top, because I thought there was some old dub plates from like 10, 15 years ago with certain like ragga DJs. And when I go to the raves, because I go to the raves weekly, I don't really hear you lot play as much. So let me go over to Poleto. What do you feel could have been done differently with regards to the dub plates on that night?
Well, to be honest, right, if we had longer time, you wouldn't be in dub plates all night. That's for one reason, yeah.
Okay.
But it's like a thing where I don't know if Dixxy and Dodd will agree with me. The way the night went, we all fell into the same role, because like say from one sound was playing specials, if you had come with like say different you're gonna make your sound look silly. So therefore that sound will play a dub plate. So then the other song will come on after, he's got to play something even better than that. You know what I'm saying? So we all kind of finished that same little track until it came like with all yard sounds.
We say it was follow the leader, because I was the first one to play.
So you're responsible
He's responsible.
So you're responsible for making this.
That's the fire in it. That's start the thing rolling.
But when, say for instance now, getting back to the dance, because remember, you're playing for the people. And the people then were cheering for whatever sound. But do you feel that you was giving them what they want to hear?
At the end of the day, the way I see it, obviously, like the warm-up section, that's probably where you hear a lot of reggae. Because don't forget, obviously, you got the rare groove round and whatnot. So obviously, I think what it is, when Galflex started, is the bashment we played and get people like, oh yeah, 2 dub plate specials and whatnot.
But you're known for bashment though, mainly, aren't you?
All rounders, because obviously we've been in this since '96.
One thing I would say in Galflex defense, they are known to be playing dub plates for years. Because I used to play with Galflex on a weekly basis at a place called Brinks in South London. We used to play. They always was known for playing dub plates. So when Galflex started off the show with dub plates, to me it wasn't that much of a surprise. Now, for example, say if Galflex played his set worth of dub plates, and then the next DJ after that switched it up, the whole dance would have took a different turn. But I think what happened after that, the next sound came in, played more or less not the identical music, but played the identical round of dub plates.
Yeah.
So before you start the night, half an hour of dub plates have been played. Nothing commercial. People do understand the records, because they know the records, but it wasn't a commercialised dance. It was a special. At that point, it was a specialist dance.
But from what I understand is, when you play a dub plate, you're bigging up your sound. So was there a lot of egos running around? And I take it, yes. Is that how? That's why the clash went. The clash. Sorry, I'm going to call it a clash. It went that way. Do you think?
I think what it is obviously with the audience as well. For us to like a DJ to play a certain song, you think, right, those guys got it on dub plate. And you think, okay, he's got tune, and obviously people in no tune already. To obviously hear your name and your sound being bigged up by that artist, it's a good look.
But then, to me, I heard like certain tunes by long time ago DJs, and the tunes weren't all that. I mean, I'm just putting it in there. You know, okay, Beanie Man will do a tune, but the Beanie Man's, not all of his tunes have been like boom tunes. So I've heard I'm not going to mention any names because I can't remember some of them anyway, but I remember thinking, well, why would you play that? Just because you got it? Is it something that you specifically go out there to look for?
You know, sometimes is what artists you put on them, and also what plays a key is the rhythm, what rhythm you put on as well.
Okay.
I think some of the dubs, to be 100% non-biased and keeping my promoter's hat on, I think some of the dubs was a little bit too deep, too early. Because if some of the dubs that was played in certain rounds were played later on in the night, they would have got a bigger response. But because of the early part, and Joe Public know the sounds was on the bill for entertainment, it threw everybody off course, because it was like, wow, why are they playing those kind of tunes so early? Why are we not getting no light-hearted entertainment like they usually do? Because I think if looked at different and all the sounds played nice, warm and easy early set, it would have satisfied the punters enough, because everybody played for 15 minutes, so it was 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes out. That's nearly almost 2 hours. So you'd have been entertained for 2 hours. They would have been more than ready.
But you got also the key, don't forget the hour we lost as well.
Yeah, the hour we lost as well. Right. So,
but don't you think you should have catered for that, because everybody knew the clocks were going forward?
Well, that's why we was telling people to obviously come out from early. All the DJs going to be from 10 o'clock as well.
We did cater for it because, and respect to Golden Palace as well, because they really wanted to finish at 6 on the dot, and we did kind of push it to 5:30, and he met us halfway. So I can't say we didn't cater for it. We tried to cater for it, but with the powers that be, it had to, licensing reason, it had to finish at the time. I mean, we still got half an hour extension.
Okay, let me just interject and say that this took place at Golden Palace, and that's in Edmonton, and that's in Edmonton is in North London, for those of you watching around the world. Okay, let me go on to a second question here, or the third question, as the case may be. The punters now, they paid to get in, and some of them, to me, weren't, as you said, expecting so many dub plates or whatever so early. What do you think you could have done to kind of change it around a bit? I know you still want to play on a dub plate, but do you think you could have played? I mean, there must be some soul dub plates that you have, as opposed to taking it away from the reggae.
Soul dub plate, but not enough.
Yeah,
because if we came down to nitty gritty, then really and truly it should have been more concentrated on the soul dubs than the reggae dubs. But on saying that, because as I said before earlier in the interview, the reggae dubs were a bit more easily accessible. So that's why everybody went down that road. But soul dubs were played.
But the biggest question for a lot of people ask me is that company's soul sound. You know, your Studio Express is known for soul music. You know, so a Special Touch and all that, they're known for soul music. So people say, well, how comes you lot are playing reggae dub plates when you're known in the dance for soul music?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
How did you lot justify that, though?
It's true, but still.
Come on now, come on, guys.
As you know, all the street sound. As we said earlier on, all the street sound got their own specials to play. But as I said again, the way the pattern of how the dance went on the night, we followed suit. As God said earlier on, if the dance had gone a more longer hours, you'd probably end up hearing more soul than reggae at the end of it. Because I know for a fact every sound that night had their specials in its soul.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay, let's go on to. I don't think this question is something I've just thought about. When we said about it didn't go according to plan and this that, but like who were you had the crowd as judging, but you had Daddy Ernie as adjudicator, so to speak. But don't you think you could have invited more of reggae industry-ites, like some people that's been in the business a long time, for them to be the judge as opposed to the crowd, or was that how it?
I think with things like that, what I found in the past, it doesn't really work because it's someone's opinion.
Okay.
And I think
fair enough.
it's better you have, if you've got say 1,000 people in the venue and 700 are saying that is a great tune, then you know definitely it's not biased, it's not one-sided. The crowd have given you a response. Whereby if you've got 3 judges, you've got to remember it's that person's individual view and listening in the ear, no matter how much experience they have got, to vote. Well, it's not. But when you got Joe Public doing it, it can't be biased. It's just crowd response, and that's what it is.
But that goes on to my next question before you come in. Now, to me, South London had more people in the house. To me, there's at least 50% of the crowd were from South London, and we don't know that South London travels. What do you have to say about that, Dixxy?
Well, as we say, South London goes everywhere. And the thing is,
I wouldn't say they had 50%. What I would say,
you know what,
they did have a good following, but they had a strong following of men.
Let me hear from Dixxy as representing the South. Let me hear from Dixxy.
He's just saying that there was guys, because obviously the guys, it's all of us are Soundmen, innit? All the good sounds come from South London.
Excuse me?
All the good sounds come from South London. There was obviously in our corner, but it was obviously a mixed crowd. As we say, the crowd wasn't biased. And like obviously when we say who's from South, people obviously represent
the guys.
Listen, there was ladies, there was South London ladies in the place as well.
I'm going to stir it up now because I disagree. Because there were times where certain tunes were being played by, for instance, Northeast that were good tunes, and the crowd didn't say much. But you lot played Beyonce. Yeah,
that was obviously Fifth Avenue.
The South, it was South, isn't it? You played Beyonce and started from the bottom to the top.
What they've done is obviously they changed up the pattern because obviously there was a little dub plate thing going on. We've even said to me, you know what, just give them a different flavour. And obviously Hollywood came in the mic saying there's too much dub plates playing, so that's when they just changed up the thing.
Okay,
I trying to make sure everybody get a little entertainment.
But I didn't hear that bit. But would you normally play Beyonce in a dance?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the biggest tune right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Beyonce, Junkin' Love is one of the biggest R&B tunes right now.
Okay.
That's with the street songs. We play everything. You name it: garage, funky house, soca, Afro beats.
What about grime? Because you played starting from the bottom. Now we're here. Yeah. But I mean, to me, it's only the South London people that were nodding their heads.
Is it? Well, it's obviously well known, isn't it? Drake's a big song. That's a big song.
It is a big song. But I was just trying to get a flavour of like, when I go to the dances, as you all know, and I hear what you play. It's more some slow jams, neo soul, a bit of reggae, but that's what your flavour is in the dances. So I was expecting to hear, when I come out, the best tunes from those type of flavours.
Okay, yeah.
No? So when you hear, like, I don't know, I mean, like, I know that soul pop music does get played in dance, because look at Stone Love. They play Celine Dion, and they play, what's the name? Or Shakira, and all those kind of songs. But is that what you was trying to do to change it up, or was it that?
It's just different, just go with the flow.
I think tunes like Beyonce, Drake, they are played, but we're more recognised for those records more in clubs. More than house dances. Okay. The difference between clubs and house dances, you've got a different set of people. You've got people that are in tune with those kind of records, so you have to play towards that audience. House dance is more specialist, so you know who's coming to a house dance. They know what to expect. They expect slow jams. They expect to hear neo soul. They expect a little bit of dancehall and mainly reggae group. Because back in the day, before it got more commercialised than what it is now, a lot of the streets I never used to play reggae music.
That's right.
It's only the younger element, like myself, Gal Flex, Fifth Avenue, Special Touch, that brought that kind of reggae new flavour into the house dances, and that's when everything turned around. So if we're going back to the grassroots, I remember going to dances when there was no reggae at all played in house.
You have to go to the bashment.
You have to go. It was, the scene was so Segregated. That like reggae was over there, R&B was over here, house dance was over here.
Yeah.
But the sounds that came up after the sounds what brought the house dance flavour, we started to play in clubs, so we brought that club element into house dances. So from that, it just changed the whole flavour.
But funny you should say that. Talking as somebody who used to rave back in the day, they used to play a lot of soul and pop music. I remember I used to go to a sound called Chicken, and that's not telling my age here. and they used to play like ABBA in the dance. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's like clubs, and the same people that went to the clubs, because we have to leave that for a second.
He's cooling down.
It's getting heated right now, so we're going to need to cool down. I remember the same people that went to the clubs went to the house dance. The same people that went to the house dance went to, like, you know, remember the festivals, remember the park events, all of those things. All days. They're the same people that everybody used to rave all the time. So you didn't have this segregation. So you not bringing it back, I think, brought more people out of their houses back again. Do you think so?
Definitely. I think that this particular raving definitely brought out people that haven't raved. I saw people that I haven't seen in like 5 years, 10 years, who said they're different. No, I'm just not bothering no more. I'm not raving no more. But because of the excitement behind the rave, and people came there with a vision of what they were going to get, they thought it was going to be an excellent night. Okay, it slightly went off course, but it's still, the concept was still there that made people come out, and it has made people look now and say, you know what, there is still a scene there. Because the problem we've got at the moment is the DJs coming up now are playing everything. A bit of funky, a bit of soca, a bit of dancehall, a bit of soul, a bit of R&B, a bit of rare groove. Now, for some reason, I don't think that's going to change now, because that is the new era. Whereby back in the day, when you go to a house dance, you hear it from one set of tunes. From you step in there, you're hearing that one set of music right to the end. Whereby the younger element, as in the younger sounds that came through the gate last, we was emulating those sounds like Touch of Class, Bad Boys, you can even say Company, Manhattan. We can name a list of sounds that back in the day would only play rare groove or only play soul.
Obviously, I'm going back further than those guys. You know, to the Fat Mans and the D's and the Rampage and the, you know, Lads Construction and Mystery. Mystery's still a little bit newer than the older sounds still. But is that why, because you lot are playing all these different flavours now, is that why you think people are coming back to the raves now? You know. Should I say generated the excitement around this rave?
I think what is as well, with being a DJ as well, it's not the same as before. Remember before it was vinyl? A lot of thing of it now is obviously downloading, and obviously everybody can get access to certain songs. Like if you're a new DJ, want to get rare groups, you can just get a man to just download songs and put it on your laptop. So that obviously plays a big part in the music industry of being a DJ.
But do you feel like that it's shortcutting the business then? Because if you ply your trade, you go out there, you go to record shops, you listen to tunes, you research it, you do all those kind of things, and a man just come along, just download a couple of tunes.
It's definitely not the same. But where the elements now is, for example, say the unique, like Fifth Avenue, you've got Hollywood. Studio Express, you've got Dodd. Company, you've got Poleto. Galflex, you've got Dixxy. Those are the elements that can't be replaced by a download.
Right.
Those are the elements that put a total different shine
put our thing
to the rave.
Explain that a little bit more. When you say the different element, how does it put
because the MC shine? For example, how you present your music on the night depends how your sound sounds. Now, a lot of people do complain, the DJs talk too much and they mess up the rave and all the rest of it. But if you took away all the DJs and just lift the actual DJ playing music, how would you know the difference? It would just music playing. The next time will come in, it'll be the same thing, music playing. There'll be no identity, there'll be no jokes, there'll be no direction for the dance.
Okay, so you're saying that the MCs now, like Poleto Don, you're mixman for Company Soul Sound, you're the mixman for Studio Express, and you're the mixman for Galflex. So what, you bring your own personal element to it now, and that makes it different. Okay.
As a flavour to the music.
Everybody's got their own strengths and everybody's got their own weaknesses. Like, for example, say, Poleto, lyrically, I look at him as one of the best lyrical MCs out there.
Okay, good compliment.
So then you'll have another DJ who might be better off at starting the rave. You have some DJs who's better at voicing their
opinions
over, but can turn it into a comical way. So every sound has got their own different element as when the MCs come around. Now, what you would find now, a lot of the DJs coming out now, the newer DJs will just download their music. Some of them don't even need an MC.
Yeah, just play tune.
Just play tune, and it suits what they're doing. But
did they get very far with it though?
Well, I think I'll be honest with you. Now, I've always said from day dot I played with Galflex, they will be the next sound to come through the gate, if not the last sound to come through the gate. And when I say come through the gate, well, Special Touch, where it was like Touch of Class, latest edition, Bad Boys, they were over there. Then there was little space for new sounds to come up, like myself, Studio Express, Special Touch, Fifth Avenues, Hyde Park. There was space for new sounds to come through. We came through, so we then took the scene that way. Now, Galflex was always there, but I've always said Galflex will be the next sound to come through. They've come through, but since Galflex, to be honest, there's no one really, and it's formed a new scene. So the new sounds are coming out now. They're not really interested. They're not interested to play with us lot as sounds. Whereby when I was coming up, when you put on a bill with Mystery, Touch of Class, oh my gosh, it's like it's like a cup final. As far as you're concerned, as a young sound coming up, that is what your benchmark was. Like when we used to go to Oasis and see Mystery on stage, and I'm like, wow, Mystery's got the space, everybody. As a younger DJ, you're looking at him going like this, look, wow, yeah, man, But then all of a sudden, the tables turn. People's looking at you and going, wow, man. So you're thinking, wow. And then, it's like week to week playing out, you're on the bills with all these top sounds. You now realise that, okay, I've stamped my mark. I've made my name for myself.
But that's not just for you downloading. You had to...
No, because we came from the vinyl era, and then it switched to CDs. So all the good DJs from then had to go to record shops, had to go to record fairs.
And talk to the elders as well.
Well, and another thing as well, it wasn't the music wasn't as accessible as it is now.
It was hard.
So when you got a record,
exclusives,
it's exclusive. So because it was vinyl, you couldn't say I'm going to burn it off for you. You've got your vinyl and you have to buy it, or you got to know a man who can. Then it went to CDs, and then the business started to change because it was burnable now. I can burn it for you off my computer.
Do you think that kind of diminished the scene a little bit? Just watered it down?
Yeah, it did.
It did, yeah.
Because
explain a bit more, sorry.
Obviously,
Dixxy.
because obviously we came from vinyl days as well. And like, we have to check out, man, if he's got the exclusive, he's like, have you got that song? Obviously, if you can't get it, you have to go to all these different record shops to obviously try to find the songs. I mean, that was obviously, it put the energy into the DJ game to even trying to find a song.
So you'd go out there, sorry.
Okay. And the worst thing, as Dixxy said as well, like if you're after a tune, especially like all like Days of Daddy Calls, you've got to spend a whole day down there to hear that tune, because you might not even know the name of it. You've got to spend a whole day in that one record shop to learn man to play the tune.
Because nothing else, you go into the shop like, you got that song, by No, you have to go down to Blacker Jeds or go down to Supertone or go down to Dub Vendor. Body Music.
I remember days of going in Dub Vendor like from 10 o'clock in the morning.
Standing up there.
And you're just waiting for the man just showing the records like this.
Give me that one. And
you take that piece that too. You need that piece that too. By the time you come out with it, you're dizzy, like you got, wow, did I buy all that music?
You spend all that money.
But do you feel that that's what's brought the excitement to the music then, and that's separated sound from sound?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay. I mean, one of the things I wanted to ask you when I'm going back again, I'm going back to like the beginning now, where you said there was a lot of buzz on the street and there's a lot of excitement on the street. What do you think caused that?
I think it's just the fact that there's all the sounds that was in Battle of the Titans are top DJs at the moment.
Okay.
And if any game, competition does bring gossip. So the fact that, wow, these sounds are going against one another is number one. But the more to the point that you've got all these sounds in one arena, that's amazing, number one. Number two, DJs behind it. Because as you log onto Facebook, you realise, oh yeah, they're all behind it. And number three, I think it's more representing your era as well, because you now, all the sounds that want to build are highly respected in their era, So everybody's coming out to support their area. It's not like a normal Saturday night where you're saying, "Oh, I'm going to come and listen to Galflix, I'm going to listen to the Company, I'm going to listen to Studio Express." It's a night where you're saying, right, I'm coming to represent all my sounds because these are the sounds from my area, and I know all these sounds. I've raved all these sounds. So that really added buzz to it.
Okay, but do you think that a battle or a clash, as we're calling it, is the best way to decide who is the best street sound?
Well, to be honest,
it's entertainment.
Let me hear from Dixxy. Let's see what Dixxy have to say. It's entertainment.
Obviously, all the DJs on the bill, all of us are good. At the end of the day, it's who can come across and play the song, get the people to obviously get them moving and whatnot. So,
but you didn't do that for me on the night. You didn't have the people moving the way.
What time did you come there, Car?
Well, I mean, I came about, let me see, something after 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been to your dance. I've been to a dance that you've played, and I've enjoyed myself more. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Than that. So, if you say you was going to do a part 2 now, what would it prove, Poleto?
It would, to me, wouldn't prove. It wouldn't prove nothing different in certain people in your view, yeah. But where entertainment is, it would prove a lot because the media love to see that. They love to see it. The only thing I'm against, as an old-fashioned person still, I can't take when people take personal things involved.
That swearing and stuff like that.
I don't like.
Okay.
But like, so when man a boss joke and saying, fair enough, I'm down with that because that's part of entertainment.
Yeah.
But anything that happened away from the dance, like 2 years before or whatever, they bring that in at one dance. No, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
And I don't think people should use that to win over the crowd.
All right. But how then, if it's not this kind of entertainment or this kind of dance, how then can you keep the people's interest? What can you put on that's going to say guarantee the people are going to come out and listen to you?
Well, I think at the present moment now, because of the buzz of this event here, and people heard from North, no matter what, even out overseas, Birmingham, Manchester, it had so much media coverage. I think what it's done now is made every sound of the bill recognised for what they are.
That's right.
Now, it's up to the DJs themselves
to
fulfil what they're going to do on a week-to-week basis now, because it was coming to a low. Everybody's saying the same thing.
Same DJs,
same music. But what's happened now? Joe probably have realised, okay, even if it was slightly reggae-fied and it slightly went off the point, but they say now, well, I didn't know
they can play
that. So they now know, hold on a minute, we've got to look at these guys slightly different now. So it's up to the DJs now where they take this platform and run with it.
Okay, because that would be my final question is, where do we go from here? Yeah? What do we do? I'll just ask the question, how can we keep the people entertained? What are you going to do?
Just keep individually, best, really.
Yeah,
just come out, entertain the people and give them what they want.
Okay,
but that's like, alright. When we was playing, there was a time when I said, if you want to hear an old song, because I obviously lined up 2 songs when I was playing. Asked them if you want to hear a new song, made them say new. A few people said new, and I said, do you want to hear an old song? A lot of people said old. Obviously, that's why I played them old dub play. Okay. So obviously, it's obviously back to what Dodd said. It's the mic man who gets the people involved and get them on.
All right. Next, second to last question: can we do this kind of event on a regular basis? Do you think it will work on a regular basis?
Well, we do this week in, week out, but obviously the clash thing
together
is a
difference. Can you get big arenas and get more people? Remember back in the day, you used to have like the big warehouse dances, and they have loads of people turn out. Do you think you could do those kind of things?
It can all come back, but obviously
it's down to venues.
It's just down to venues.
Okay,
that's where the stumbling block is. If we had more warehouses, I think the dances would be equally to what they were before, because the venues have now been a bit more restricted and time limits. It's a lot harder to, and these are the parts that the ravers don't see and not understand. Because we're out every week, it looks like, oh yeah, they're still getting venues, but it's not as easy as it was before. And plus, like, a lot of the promoters that were promoters then ain't promoting now. And there's not really that many promoters that are taking on big venues now, because it's like anything. Recessions come around. People's views and attitudes towards money slightly change. So it's like any industry. Everybody's felt the pinch of the recession. So now it's come down to the DJs and the sound and the promoters, because a promoter can't afford
Have to work together.
Right. Well, no,
Right.
we're all working together. We always work together. Because,
Okay.
for example, say if Poleto had a birthday party, Dixxy had a birthday party, and it doesn't work out, he doesn't have to look at the DJs to say, well, oh, I don't care, I still want more money. We can work with you because we know down the line I'm going to work with you. So the unity between the DJs have got stronger, actually.
Okay. And out of this, it's got stronger still.
Yeah, it's got stronger still.
All right.
The only thing we've now got to do is deliver more of this entertainment.
The entertainment side of it.
To Joe Public.
All right. So now you've heard it, ladies and gentlemen. So this was that was the Battle of the Titans. We've talked about it. Now's your chance to kind of go on YouTube, have a look at this video, and put down your comments and say what you think. Did you feel it went the way you wanted it to go? And if not, put your comments down. Maybe we may have a part 2. We may come again and talk about this and see what we can do to resolve it. Because at the end of the day, it's about entertaining you, the public. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.